So we're going to look straight into it. Dustin Poirier versus Justin Gaethje. So you guys are going to be in for a treat from the get-go. Cards open. Now we're looking here at... I know, right?
Such a hard one to break down as well.
BMFs
really is.
in the division, the baddest mofos there is. And we're going to get one of these guys crowned officially on the night of. But we've got 29-7-0 for Dustin Poirier in the red corner and 25-4-0 for Justin Gaethje. Now, both these guys are fighting out of the States. No huge advantage here, except you got a 5'11" height for Gaethje and 5'9" for Dustin Poirier. And then in the reach is only 2 inches in it for Poirier as well. So what he lacks in height, he does make up in reach. Now, it's not going to be drastically different. I probably wouldn't make that a notable point. But in terms of the odds here, you do see Poirier to be the favorite, minus 145 to the underdog, which is plus 2.5 in Justin Gaethje. Why? Potentially because we all saw how the first time they danced went, you know, and taking that for any kind of, and taking that into consideration, you'll think it's probably going to be looking the same. If you're lucky, we'll get something the same as the first time out.
Oh, 1,000%, yeah.
Because that was just fire, and I would do that again. So, you know, but you know, I guess the question we're going to be getting into here is like, who's really changed? Who's really going to be bringing something new to the table?
That's a very, very great factor to bring into this, and I think
it's 2018 is when it happened, right? It was a while back.
Yes, exactly. So both fighters have evolved, and I think we all know how determined and how gritty Dustin Poirier is, and like you said, like I still think throughout the whole Justin Gaethje's career, like you said it perfectly, he does set himself on fire to try and put his opponent on fire, and he's still been doing that since. So if it was hard to break it down back then, it's even harder to break it down now because they've both improved a lot as well. And I'm going to struggle, but we've got to get into it.
Yeah, no, it's it. No, we do. We really do. And I think if we look at how long ago that was, we've got some decent wins since then for like Gaethje. So Edson Barbosa, of course, Tony Ferguson, he's beat since then.
Yes.
Michael Chandler. And I think one of his biggest tests today was Rafael Fiziev.
Yes.
Out of all of those, he was one of the guys that was besting him in most exchanges. But it was a sheer case of Gaethje out grinding him, you know.
It was a close fight, but like you said, what I will say is what Justin Gaethje did really well. He switched his game plan up mid-fight because we saw how successful Fiziev was in that first round, and then when it comes to the second round, Justin Gaethje switched his game plan, and then his uppercut was landing, his jab was landing a lot more. It was just a joy to watch him kind of switch it up because
you could also argue as well that Dustin Poirier has also had some tough competition since as well because he's
1,000%.
Since then, he's had Max Holloway, he's had Dan Hooker, he's had Conor McGregor, and of course Michael Chandler as well. So you know these,
it's crazy to sit. I'm just looking at who he's fought after that. He fought obviously Eddie Alvarez, like you said, Max Holloway, Conor McGregor twice. Then he finished Michael Chandler, which obviously Gaethje went to a decision with Chandler, and obviously as I said, Poirier finished Chandler, so he did play into it.
He did. I mean, do you reckon anyone's going to be, and this is one of the things I do want to get into before we get the gauges up, do you reckon, we're looking at the striking here, but do you reckon that anyone's going to want to introduce the ground game this time out? Are anyone going to take anyone down to the ground, and who will be the one to do it?
That's a very interesting question because they've both got wrestling and grappling in their lockers, and obviously Justin Gaethje more of a sort of wrestling background than Dustin Poirier. So it's crazy that he's got that sort of, I wouldn't say elite level of wrestling, but I would say he's got that wrestling in his locker. But again, like you said, he likes to put himself on fire to burn his opponents, and he likes to be in exciting fights. And I think once he gets hit, he's like, I'm not going to take you down now. I'm just going to keep walking forward.
Right. Yeah, this is it. So yeah, I mean, Gaethje's got a bit of that sort of grit to him, hasn't he? He's just going to keep coming forwards and attacking. Just try to wear Poirier down, but you know, I don't know if that's the right strategy to do against another BMF. He's got a title for. They're up there for a reason. But look, I'm not disappointed, even if this fight's the same as the last one.
Exactly.
That could be really
so
good.
It's hard as well because I like both. I really like both fighters.
I think in this fight, the biggest winner are the fans. Honestly, whatever happens, you know, there's I can't see any loser in this fight. You know, that's outside of it. I think it's going to be a big win for it all around.
While you get the gauges up, the chat has been popping, so they're probably already up. But I'm just going to say your favorite blockhead says, JK's impression of Paddy was spot on, and says, I'll take the famous and I love the triple B gimmick. Haha. Stephen says General was one of the best experiences watching UFC fights on Saturday. Oh, thank you, Stephen, you legend. Stephen also says we have to take attitude into account here. So altitude, sorry, before he says attitude. Altitude here. So Salt Lake City is high. Every fighter gassed out on the last card. Justin trains at elevation. So that's a very interesting point there. Well said. Mark Short, welcome in, sir. Hope you're doing well. Don't forget to drop a like on the video. He says this is going to be such a fun card. Poirier versus Gaethje, probably the best rematch in the UFC could make at the moment. 1,000%.
At the moment, yeah, agree.
Even Blockhead agrees with the elevation factor that Stephen just mentioned.
Yeah. Like, this is one of the things that we'll probably take into consideration on some of the other fighters in the card as well. I think we'll probably take it into consideration for one and all.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's. I mean, Gaethje already. If he doesn't already have that sort of cardio advantage in most of his matchups,
I think they both do.
He's gonna have it in this one. But then, you know, Dustin Poirier, he's got that power that is still there later on in the fight too.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
1,000%, mate. Yeah.
Something to consider. Let's go for striking. Oh, this is harder than I thought.
Stop it.
My word. Guys in the chat, help us out on this one.
This is the thing.
Striking to.
Yeah, this is what I'm saying to you. And it's not like when Dustin Poirier fought Gaethje the first time, he knocked him out with one shot.
No.
He hurt him with a well-timed counter.
Yeah.
And it's obviously Gaethje's kicks are obviously a lot more effective, but then Poirier's hands are a lot more effective than Gaethje's. But then
tough. Okay. I think let's do this.
Stephen,
let's do this.
Mark Shorts, who are we going for striking?
Let's do this. We're doing this. This is happening.
We're giving them to both.
This is happening. This is happening.
To both, yeah.
I think that's so far what I can see the gauges to look like. You know, we have either side, blue corner. They both, but then let's see if this is an easier question. Who do we take it from? So who should we deduct striking from? Who do we take grappling from? Who do we take power from? Because both these guys have it fundamentally.
I was about to say the only one that I can clearly kind of say is power, and I would give the power to Poirier.
Poirier, yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, he knocked him out. Let's have a look at what the numbers say on paper, because sometimes you gotta just use stuff to back you up. Okay. Looking at this, both these guys have almost the exact same average fight time, right?
Yeah, because they're just in wars, aren't they?
Yeah. Now get this. This is just so even. It's wild. Dustin Gaethje, right, has 79% of his wins come by TKO and knockout, and Dustin Poirier has 54%.
Ooh.
So we probably have to go with what it says on paper and give power to Justin Gaethje based on this. Knockdown averages almost exactly the same as well. How wild? 0.64% for 0.64, sorry, for Poirier, and 0.67 for Gaethje. So it's pretty much spot on when it comes to knockdown average. I do think when it comes to power, we just got to do with what
the math says.
What it says.
The science
Go with the numbers. Go with
the science.
I'll tell you what. Hold on. Give me a second. I'm just going to make a quick call to my analytics consultant.
What's that? Sadiq Youssef, yeah?
Hello, Sadiq.
Sadiq.
Yeah, what's up, man? Yeah, look, we're stuck. Dustin Poirier versus Gaethje. Yeah, I know, right? What are we going to do? It's mad. It's mad. That's what I told him. Well, so here we go. I need some of your science, right? Give me something useful. Because
give
we're
me some of the
stuck
science.
Here.
Come on.
Given these guys, both on striking, both grappling, both power, well, we can probably edge Gaethje on that one. But, you know, speed, cardio, where do we go?
You know what I mean? It's so both evenly matched. It's unreal. Stephen says, Dustin, cleaner striker. Justin, more powerful striking. Ooh. Justin has that Philly shell too.
Right, cheers.
Stephen says, Dustin beats Justin at cardio. Not sure about elevation, but Dustin doesn't gas too much. But these guys are so similar in many ways.
Yeah.
Your favorite Blockhead podcast says, speaking just on the round longevity, that is tough to say. Dustin versus Dan was striking art. Chandler versus Gaethje proved Gaethje has a cider block chin.
Yeah. So that was Sadiq Youssef just there. And he basically said,
why did I say cider?
So, and what he said was basically, these guys are pretty much even, right? I was like, yeah, they're pretty much even. And he says, okay, so one guy won one fight, right? I was like, yeah, okay. Well, then how do you make that even? You're going to share that one fight across? The other guy wins the other fight. That's 1-for-1. So
I'm thinking about it now. I think striking can go to Dustin. Yeah. Just because he does a lot more combos with his hands, and he does have kicks as well. But the only powerful weapon that Gaethje has is his kicks. Like Gaethje won't throw combos. He will just get hit and then throw back.
Yeah. Yeah. Fair. And then take grappling. I guess it's even on both. Are we happy to do that?
I don't think probably like just because I've personally seen it. I've seen Dustin Poirier mix in his wrestling more than Gaethje, even though this is crazy. Like I said, Gaethje's got the wrestling background.
Yeah.
But if I'm seeing it in action, then I've got to go for it. And I'm seeing Dustin Poirier use it a little bit more, if you know what I mean. And obviously, we all saw Dustin Poirier submit Michael Chandler.
Yeah. Yeah. The numbers do favor Poirier a little bit more in the wrestling as well. He's got that submission. He's got the takedown average just by a little bit. It's not his way of getting the job done, but it does favor him a little. So, I mean, in that case, it will look like that. Mm-hmm. Now, basically, through process of elimination and based on what Sadiq Youssef said, you got the idea of, 1-for-1, even outcome. It could be Gaethje who gets this one, and you can see these guys continue to be pretty even going forwards. Or you could go with the gauges and say that the edge still relies with Poirier actually want to take it down. yeah, exactly. That's what he said. It's gonna be
we should have just done that. What Sadiq goes. So, Justin Gaethje versus Poirier. Next fight.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I'm stuck for this one. I'm stuck. But look, I think that's what the gauges got to, and that's taken some proper deliberation and some real good maths,
Yes.
So that's why we're there. But look, I do think it go either way. For this one,
1,000%.
For this one, I do like Poirier for it. I might go Gaethje, but I can't.
I'm thinking of sticking with Poirier just because, he digs deep. I know Justin Gaethje does dig deep, but he's just like whenever Poirier's in the pocket, he's so relentless. And I think it was Stephen or your favorite Blockhead podcast said about when Poirier fought Dan Hooker, just in the pocket, like he can take they both can definitely 100% take a shot.
Yeah.
But when Poirier's in the pocket, he's just relentless, and his combos are.
Well, this is it. Poirier's, said it earlier, he's got that clean striking. He's great at range. He's great in the pocket. He's good in the mid range too. He's fantastic in those. But Gaethje's very much better in the pocket, and he's constantly trying to get there. But I think for Poirier, if he can get off his striking and then get out of dodge, that's how he should be taking his one. In the first fight, I was thinking Poirier standing there with him, trading in the pocket. Although he could get some exchanges, he eats some too. If he stepped backed out, he would have done damage, got out there, and not received damage. So it was very much tick for tack. There was phone booth fighting. There's literally had 2 toes on a napkin, and that's what made it so exciting, But ultimately, I think for my advice for Poirier in this one, it's just don't be there to get hit. Feel free to step back and sort of enter into the pocket.
He's very good at when he resets, like you said. I think, like you said, when Poirier resets, gets back to his boxing range, and then
we could have seen more of it, in my opinion. But that's it.
Cray's in the house. Welcome in, Cray. Hope you're doing well, sir. I think they're both technical.
Yes.
The most even in all areas. 100%.
Yeah. That's how we said it's going to be a draw. Next fight.
Next fight.
Yeah.
Let's get rid of this.